Top 5 Amazing Flea Market Finds Worth a Fortune. The adventure of looking through second-hand store and swap meets is that no one can tell what you will discover. Odds are that you will discover something that gets your attention for a few bucks and return home glad. Obviously, some portion of the charm is that you may snatch a deal. One individual's refuse is someone else's fortune, all things considered. Once in a while, that garbage truly is treasure. Here are 10 things found at swap meets that were covertly worth a fortune. Number 1. Martin Johnson Heat Paintings. The workmanship generally found at scavenge deals is either awful, unpleasant, or a proliferation. At the point when a man from Wisconsin found a beguiling small artwork of certain blossoms, effortlessly he gobbled it up. He had a squeezing requirement for the image as well. He utilized it to conceal an irritating gap in his divider. At some point while playing a workmanship-based game, he perceived a composition like the one on his divider. Reaching a historical center, its worth was acknowledged and it thusly sold for $1.25 million. Strangely, this was not the first run through a meat painting was gotten for a deal. 2 magnolias on blue plush was purchased for just $29 yet later sold for $882,500. One individual was fortunate enough to get 2 head compositions for only $100 at a home deal. The bigger of the 2, magnolia blossoms on blue velvet, was unloaded for $937,500. If you live in the United States and end up having a composition of blossoms laying on texture, it may very well merit getting it esteemed. Number 2. Declaration of Independence. There is no more exceptionally American report than the Declaration of Independence. Youngsters find out about it, lawmakers allude to it, and Nicolas Cage attempts to take it in motion pictures. You may expect then that all the duplicates of it are found and kept in secure areas. However, a couple of the duplicates initially conveyed in 1776 are as yet known to exist. In 1989, an old work of art was purchased for $4 at a swap meet. The artistic creation anyway was not what the purchaser was after. He loved the vibe of the wooden edge. At the point when he pried the canvas from the edge, something sneaked out of the back, a Declaration of Independence. In perfect condition, the report was taken to a close-out house who quickly acknowledged what it may be worth. The duplicate that was discovered was one of only 24 known to exist that were printed for July 4, 1776 in Philadelphia. At the point when sold at Sotheby's, the unexpected find made $2.42 million. Number 3. Constable Painting. John Constable is one of Britain's most celebrated painters. His The Haywain is frequently casted about as the country's #1 artworks. At the point when one individual purchased an employment parcel of knickknacks for £30, he never expected that one of them would end up being a painting by Constable. One of the canvases found in his assortment was no greater than a postcard, except for was in a huge inflated outline. At the point when the first purchaser gave the image to his child Robert Darville, he chose to research the little work of art. A weak mark on the rear of the artwork was the main hint that it may be more than it appeared. Giving the canvas to a British TV program that examines whether craftsmanships are genuine or phonies, it took a time of study to affirm the artwork was by John Constable. With that attribution, the canvas out of nowhere jumped up in esteem. Specialists proposed a valuation of £250,000. Number 4. Renoir Painting. Blended boxes at garbage deals by and large contain stuff that couldn't be sold all alone. One purchaser took a risk, however, and came out with a significant impressionist composition. Typically, the signs to whether an artwork is worth very much can be very unobtrusive, yet for this situation they were composed right on the edge. It was simply after the painting was purchased for $7 that the new proprietor recognized the name on the edge, Renoir. Obviously, you can't simply believe everything composed on an edge, so the proprietor took a gander at a note on the back alluding an exhibition. By checking the number on the note against a list, the proprietor found an image that looked precisely like the one she bought. Paysage pour dessin, as Renoir called the artwork, dates from 1879, however had not been known to the craftsmanship world since 1926. With its credibility affirmed, it is believed to be worth at any rate $75,000. Number 5. Faberge Egg. In the event that you go to a swap meet, it isn't likely that you will wind up burning through $14,000. One vendor in Scrap Gold Anyway was there searching for objects he could dissolve down and auction for their weight in gold. At the point when he detected an exceptionally beautified egg with a strong measure of gold in it, he was set up to follow through on a robust cost for it. He nearly lost the genuine estimation of his speculation anyway when he almost dissolved down a Faberge egg. Carl Faberge was one of the most celebrated gem specialists in 19th century Russia. Every Easter he was entrusted with delivering presents for the Russian imperial family. Regularly these appeared as intricately jeweled and enhanced brilliant eggs. After the Russian Revolution, this assortment of eggs was dissipated over the world. The one found at the swap meet was presumably made for Tsar Alexander III to provide for the Empress Maria Feodorovna in 1887. The last time it had been sold was in 1964 for simply over $2,000. At the point when the egg was reappraised after its disclosure, it was esteemed at as much as $33 million.